Welcome back to Views with Hughes or Jennifer News. This is Jerome Hughes, and tonight's top story, Disney. Well, they had a bit of an issue with their stocks today, as well as the fact that they've recently hired a new VP of communications. Okay, so let's go ahead and get right into it. Now, Disney is not at a good state with the abysmal sales that's happening, as well as the fact that, you know, they're not doing well stock wise. So the main story here is twofold. The Walt Disney Company stock has been in a steadily decline, hitting a new low of $80.53, although it has been since rebounded to $81.51 as of the time that we talked about this on the Pro Show last night, and I was up there. The company is on the edge of seeing its stock fall below $80. The drop appears to be linked to two recent events involving Disney. This includes where they've announced the hiring of Remy Yamamoto, a former Biden advisor, as the new VP of Media Relations. Second, Disney also abruptly pulled its channels, including ESPN, from Spectrum customers overnight. Now, while it may be a bit coincidental, these two events seem to coincide with the stock drop, especially the Spectrum shutdown, which appears to be the primary cause. This move has particularly been disruptive as it occurred during the live sporting events that customers were watching. Now, this is all interesting because of the fact that it was announced that you have one former Biden staffer hired at the company. Okay, that's going to go ahead and send people into a bit of a tizzy, where a company that's supposed to be apolitical brings somebody that's political into the fold. Okay, especially if they're going to be VP of communications, relations, and everything. And that's going to be bad because that's showing that Bob Iger is going further into the woke agenda. That's the reason why a lot of people went on ahead and probably sold their stock, as well as the fact that the stock had actually taken a bit of a dive. But watch how people go and come out and state that it's time to go ahead and buy the dip. It's going lower. It's still valuable. You just got to believe. No one believes in this company anymore. Now, currently, the Walt Disney Company is facing a challenging period with a series of issues such as the underperformance of the movies, impeding price increases for Disney Plus, declining attendance at the theme parks and resorts, lawsuits, oversaturation of Marvel and Star Wars, Hollywood strikes, accusations of being woke, and allegedly alienated families, among others. Now, given all these challenges, Disney cannot afford to further stock losses. Okay, the last time their stock was below $80 a share was in 2014, making this a critical juncture for the company. Now, while it's possible that neither event from yesterday directly impacted the stock, it appears unlikely. So you say. Resolving the issue with Spectrum could actually potentially boost the stock, especially if they can successfully negotiate favorable pricing, which they argue is based on market rates. Now, Disney, which is ran by Bob Iger, who's the CEO, they need to go ahead and act quickly. Okay, they have only 1 month left in the current quarter and the entire 2022-2023 fiscal year to address these issues. Now, last night, Disney removed its channels from the cable provider Charter Spectrum amid demands for increased fees. This decision appeared deliberate and time to leverage customer backlash during ongoing sporting events, including the U.S. Open and college football games, which is going to start this weekend. According to Charter Communications, Disney is seeking a new long-term contract that will raise rates and limit package flexibility, potentially increasing costs for subscribers and forcing them to pay for unwanted channels. Disney contends that their rate demands are in line with the market trends and that they've been successful agreements with various pay TV providers across the country, including Cox Cable. They urge Charter to cooperate to minimize disruptions for their customers. The House of Mouse insists that their rates are market-driven, but some will argue that they are motivated by the need to offset overspending, poor decisions, and losses in various sectors of the company. Now, if Disney aims to regain support and goodwill, abruptly shutting down ESPN during major sporting events and disrupting service for over 14 million customers may not be the most prudent approach. So, yeah, all of this is pretty interesting. As a matter of fact, Disney has a lot of things to go ahead and work on. The ball's in Bob Iger's court, if you will. All right. I guarantee you that the board is going to lose confidence in Bob Iger. Okay. Now, I was on the Pro Show last night. We talked about a number of things, including these two things. And with that being said, they're already in a big legal limbo with its own investors, where they've actually, the investors accused them of running a bit of a Ponzi scheme, taking one money from one thing and putting it into another thing to make it set up as if, it's profitable and that they're making good profits, allegedly. Okay, remember, allegedly, because it's like there's got to be more evidence to come out there. All right. But with that said, it's actually time for Disney to go ahead and wake up and basically, understand that they've lost majority of the consumers and stuff, their core base, if you will, that was apolitical, that doesn't want any politics within these companies. No more gender swapping certain characters, no more live action remakes with a personal political agenda, no more actual, giving, if you're going to go ahead and put do some messaging, don't give breadcrumbs to black people, turning the black characters in live action remakes away from white characters and stuff. I mean, it's that simple. This is nothing more than a failed investment model, in my opinion, But other than that, it's interesting to go ahead and see here with the different things that's actually happening with the company. Okay, you got Universal outdoing them. A number of other companies that's basically outdoing them. Even independent creators out there are outdoing them. Okay. But with that being said, it's up to Bob Iger. Okay, Bob Iger's the one that's making these choices. He's the one that made the choices that led to the company failing in this manner. Okay, he saw how bad the numbers were, so that's what led him to go ahead and just go ahead and make these kind of decisions and make these moves to lay off several workers. Okay, so go ahead, let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. Also, let me know what you think about all of these things. But even though like, with everything that's happening with the parks and stuff, you got parks overseas in Asia doing much better than the parks in the US are, in Florida and California, and it's also a shame because this company was once a dominant conglomerate where no one can compete against it. And now look what happened thanks to Bob Iger. So this is all that I have to share with you all about this particular topic. Let me know in the comments below. Also, if you enjoy what I shared in this video, go ahead and smash the like button, share far wide across social media. And if you haven't done so already, you've enjoyed all the videos I've created, be sure to watch the previous videos I made before this one. Okay, if you enjoyed all the content on this channel, go ahead and smash the like button, share far wide across social media, and go ahead and subscribe to the channel and click the bell notification so that way you'll be notified of future uploads and updates. Until then, peace.